I tried to be as optimistic as I possibly could for The Crow, but when I was invited to an early screener and told do not talk about this movie until the day of the release, and then I found out Lionsgate holds the review embargo and says do not talk about this movie, do not drop any reviews until 7 p.m. EST, I was like, bro, this movie's gonna suck. Starting off with the positives, this is a reimagination, not a remake. Everything here is fresh, it's new, the music is completely different, the vibe is different. Nothing about this is similar to the 1994 version. This is completely different, so I give it credit for that. Also, when we get to the final act and we get that action, it's stylized, it's ultra violent, it's good choreography. I thought it was shot well. Really cool, that's where the movie really shines. Okay, so let me roll into the negatives and get all this out the way. I don't want this video to be too long, but I gotta get this out. If you don't wanna know anything about this movie, just keep scrolling. Eric and Shelley are two broken and damaged individuals that end up meeting at the rehab center. Now, if there's anything I know about people, from my family members to friends who have been on drugs, off drugs, whatever, right? Meeting somebody and getting into a relationship at the rehab center, or like when you're trying to get yourself clean, first of all, everybody knows you don't just jump into a relationship as you're getting yourself clean. Second of all, everybody knows that a relationship as you are doing drugs and consuming drugs with somebody you are lusting with, that ain't gonna last long either, because neither one of y'all are in the right state of mind. If you know people and this is real life, you know what it is. But if this is following straight to the comic book source, it is what it is. But I'm here to tell you that I never bought anything into their relationship as being genuine. It just felt like lust. It felt like whatever. And both of them were stale because the script was stale. And to drive home this point about Eric and Shelley, I'm going to talk about the 1994 version and say there's no way in hell that I should feel more of a stronger connection with Eric and Shelley and feel just more compelled by their relationship through backstory and not even watching their relationship happen in real time when you spent so much time trying to develop both of these characters in this film, and I legit just don't give a shit about either one of them. Eric Draven has no personality in this movie. If you go back and watch the 1994 version, this is why people were trying to say do not make this film, is because Brandon Lee just really brought so much personality, so much charisma. There were funny moments in there. And there's just nothing here. It feels soulless. Not even Shelley has anything. And I don't think that Bill Skarsgård's a bad actor. He's a great actor, which makes no sense because the script is just that bad that he has nothing to work with here. FKA Twigs has nothing to work with here. There's no seasoning. It feels soulless. The dialogue is so cringe. They say things to each other like, if you leave me, I would die. You see them kissing through the curtains. Just like a lot of cringe moments in here. They don't even know each other that well. This is not love. This is lust. Y'all just met. What is going on here? I don't know if a lot of young people are going to be able to relate to this because I feel like the target audience is for teenagers. Like, you know, if you popping pills, if you out here lusting, this is for you. This is for the e-girls, the e-goth. I don't know, man, but they didn't capture what they needed to here. Give the film credit for trying to dive deep into mythology. We have a villain who I thought would be really interesting, but nothing happens with this villain. We don't know much about him. All we know is he's basically collecting innocent souls, they say, in exchange for immortality. Now, the innocent souls line, that gets blurred. Shelley is not innocent. I don't understand who are the innocent souls in here. It's not explained. They don't do anything with it. And this villain is wasted. This movie is so confused. They didn't even know what they wanted the rehab center to be. It's co-ed, but the men can't talk to the women. It's a nice, beautiful looking place, but the workers are treating the patients like prisoners. Like, what do y'all want this to be? Because tone-wise, y'all don't even know what y'all want it to be. Character motivations. Shelley's mom, if somebody could tell me why Shelley's mom did what she did and what she had to gain from it, I'll sell you $5 right now. It just makes no sense. What was the purpose of this? Why was she even in the movie? In my opinion, this movie is trying way too hard to have teenagers glorify Eric and Shelley. There's even dialogue in here where Shelley says, when we die, do you think teenagers will build shrines of us? And it's like, look, y'all want to be praised like how Brandon Lee was praised for that role, but that is a different circumstance, and there's a reason why people say this cannot be played again. There's a reason why. Once again, diving deeper into mythology, there's this purge-like place that Eric ends up going to and ends up becoming the Crow and kind of learning, you know, what he's becoming. And he's told that you can go back and basically rescue Shelley, but only if your love is pure. Like, you can save both of y'all. And I'm like, pure where? This love is not pure. You talking about pure cocaine? Because there is no pureness to this love. This is just stupid dialogue. This movie takes itself way too serious. There's so many ideas in here, but they don't commit to anything. I think they're scared to commit to something. There's a reason why everybody keeps talking about the opera house scene, because that's the standout. That's the excitement. That's what people like. If they would have just made this movie just a straight up simple revenge flick, made it bloody and kept that energy of the opera house throughout the film, I think a lot of people would go into this actually liking it. And once again, the mythology and the fantasy, they have all these different ideas, but they won't commit to anything. This film is just scared. Lionsgate is scared. Everybody's scared because they don't know what it wants to be, which further proves why this movie shouldn't have even existed. If they would have been just self-aware enough to know that, look, you know what? Everybody is against us. Nobody wants this film to be made, so let's at least try to make this film fun. Let's not try to make it too serious. And this opera scene that we have right here that we know is bloody and good, maybe we should make a movie like that. This bullshit romance that we have here is probably not gonna work. Everybody in here, y'all suck, man.